Hello world, universe, and everywhere in between. It's your friendly neighborhood midget here, coming back at you with another drawing video. Today's a little bit different. I decided to draw a wolf. Now this is a bit out of my comfort zone because I very rarely draw animals. I wouldn't say I'm very good at drawing animals for the most part. And do you want to know what my biggest proof that I'm not good at drawing animals is? This wolf was supposed to be a deer. This started out with me wanting to draw a deer, but I ended up somehow getting the silhouette down and being like, nah, that doesn't look like a deer, that looks more like a wolf. And then I ended up going on and started to draw a wolf. So, hey, it was something at least. I'm pretty proud of how it turned out because it was honestly my first time drawing a wolf since I was like 5, I think. No, not 5. 5, maybe 15, I'm not sure. Time goes by too fast. So here I'm just getting the line work done, and as you can see, I'm not that great when it comes to line art. Most of the time with line art, most of the time when I'm drawing or sketching, I tend to work in very short lines, which is a big mistake. I shouldn't be working in short lines, but it's a very big habit that I do have. And because I work in these short lines, I get what is known as chicken scratches in my sketches, which is fine for sketches because sketches are okay to be messy. But if you're doing an actual piece that you want to share, you don't really want it to be messy. You want it to represent yourself, and you don't want yourself to be represented as a messy bitch. So yeah, here I'm just working on the eye, and I'm planning on that. I was really struggling with implementing animals into my art style because the way I draw eyes is very anime-esque. You can tell that I am inspired by anime when it comes to my own style, and that's because I grew up a lot watching and picking up these anime or manga how to draw books. But the thing is, now that I've come around to implementing it into my own style, I've come to the point where I'm struggling to draw animals in my own style because, you know, things like anime eyes and the kind of eyes that I usually draw don't really look too good on animals because it looks somewhat uncanny. It makes the animals look like something that doesn't look natural on the animal itself. But I think I actually managed to nail it here because instead of going for the normal size of the eye, which is usually a medium size in comparison to the head, I decided to make the eye smaller in order to make it fit in better with the head, which I think it really did a good job here. So I'm very happy about that, even though I'm still miffed about it supposed to be a deer. Guys, if I was to tell you that this was supposed to be a deer, do you believe me? Do you believe that this is supposed to be a deer? Come on, I need that bloody what's it called? I need that validation. Please, I have no self-validation. Here I'm adding in the shadows and the shading. I'm planning on having the it kind of based in a dark night-time night-esque time background. There we go. Stepping all over my words here. This is why you write a script, and this is why you don't be lazy like me, kids. I decided to give it kind of a nighttime background because nighttime background with the lighting coming up in the corner from like the shine of a moon or whatever. So that's what I really wanted to go for here, and I think I managed to get it, and you'll see later on when I do the background and when I add in the actual night-esque effect. So yeah, I hope that works. So far you can see me adding in shadows where shadows are needed. You know, what you're supposed to do when you need shadows. I mean, I'm not here to explain everything, but I'm going to anyway. I also decided to add shadow on the eyelid just to add a bit of dimension there, because otherwise because usually I tend to draw the eyelids, but because it was an animal I decided not to this time, and so I ended up doing the eyelid as a shadow instead. I'm also sharpening up the actual shadow lines as well, so it doesn't look so it doesn't end up going over the lines too much and looking so like off, I guess. I don't know. I don't know, I just know what looks good, okay? Here I'm adding in the highlights where the lighting is going to come in later on. And I believe around this point is where I'm starting to, here I'm starting to blur this out. So I'm blurring in where the light is, and I'm using a heavier blur than I did on the shadows, just because I wanted the lighting to merge in a bit more, because it was a further away colour from the fur than the shadows were. Here I'm adding in the nose, and I was debating for going for a pink or black nose. I thought a pink nose would look cuter, but the black nose really suits the colour scheme a bit more, especially since I'm planning on going for blue eyes. I wanted to go for the stereotypical blue eyes, giving it a very icy wolf feel, and I wanted to make the wolf look somewhat, look like any other wolf that would have been portrayed as the main character, as a fighting character in any movie or any other media. But instead, I'm going to have this be an extremely lazy dog. I don't know what I want to do with this wolf. I don't know what I want to do with this dog, but to be honest, I may put it in the Fool's Gold Guild as well. Just as maybe one of the characters' pets, maybe as Orlo's pet. But I wouldn't be sure. I wouldn't hold on to that too much. But all I know is that I can picture this character being so fearless. It looks fearless, but at the same time, it's a complete and utter lazy bones, I guess, if I was to put it in polite terms. Like, one of the laziest characters I could ever create, and I'm honestly in love with it for that. So here I'm sorting in the highlights. I've just finished up on the eye, and I'm merging the layers so it's less laggy. And here I'm adding in the background. I just realised that it was starting to colour in the eye as well, so I added in a bit of white to the eye. And here I'm adding in the background once again, and I'm cleaning up the line work so it doesn't end up showing the grey too much where I blended it, because you can't really see it too much when it's you can't really see the grey on a white background, because it's very, very close in contrast as far as colours are concerned. So here I'm just clearing up the edges, making it look neater and tidier, unlike me in real life, because I'm a mess. But yeah, if I was to improve on this, I'd probably change the angle of the body, because the neck goes down and slide in that kind. Because of the angle of the neck at the back, it kind of looks like a shoulder, as if it's a werewolf, but it's not. It's just a regular old wolf, which is a pain in the butt. Here I'm just sorting out the shadows and where the lighting would be, and now I'm writing in my signature. So thank you, world, universe, and everywhere in between. See you next.